Sir, kasi yung...
Yeah, meron daw statement ng DFA that it's very close to completion. Ang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos also made mention that it's very close to completion.
Kaya siguro yan announce nila na
Yeah.
magkakaroon ng...
Yeah.
So,
So
kasi
hopefully before SONA we'll be able to ratify. If there are no, kasi mahirap din i-commit na mararatify kaagad. No? We haven't seen
Yes,
the exact document that will be ratified by the Senate. Pero in principle, we already agree to it. In principle, we have talked about it with some senators. If not all of the senators were aware that we are going to tackle it soon.
Sir, kasi I asked, kasi yung EDCA, executive agreement siya na nakaangkla lang doon sa treaty na VFA, di ba?
Yes, agree.
Yes, sir. And sir, yung sa resolution ni Senator Risa Ontiveros na humihingi na investigahan ng Senate yung secret deal or gentleman's agreement, sir, nabanggit ninyo tama ho ba na itatakal ninyo ito sa executive session o sa caucus?
Caucus muna, ma'am.
Caucus muna. Sir, bakit? Kasi yung ibang resolution naman, dinediretso na yung referral sa isang committee. Anong significance or anong sensitive dito?
Well, una, there are senators with some concerns, no? And obviously, with what is happening and ganun naman in any setup ng isang institution gaya ng Senado, kung may mga concerns yung ating mga kasama, we talk about it. And at the end of the day, kung ang majority will decide to push through with the public hearing, then we will push through with the public hearing. And I think everyone knows that at the end of the day, it's the decision of the majority of the members of the Senate.
Okay na?
So ano yung concerns?
Ha?
Ano yung concerns dito? Aside from national security siguro, o may iba pa?
Well, there are a lot of concerns. One for instance, one would say it's not binding. It's something that we should not even look into because
Okay, sir.
let's show the world that no such thing actually ever happened because it's not binding to begin with. So that's one issue. Another issue perhaps would be in the light of what's happening right now, parang is this the most urgent concern that we have to put our attention to?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, teka. Si muna, Raymond, and then si Marlon, and then si Malu.
Buhay ka, Marlon.
Alauna na pala.
Isa lang, sir.
Oh,
Sir,
tiga.
dapat
Ano
bang
lang?
ipatawag si ex-President Duterte?
That will be part of our caucus, ma'am. That will be part of our caucus. Ayoko yung gamitin lang yung ipapatawag. Parang, let's give some respect to the former president, di ba? Let's invite him if he wants to. But if that's the case, no, if that's the path that we will be taking. Importante sa akin talaga na ngayon pa lang, let us remind the bullying nation na there's no such thing. It's null and void to begin with. And most importantly, pasabi natin sa kanila, alam natin na strategy nila ito. Kasi, I mean, again, if you're in their shoes, would you actually believe that this is implementable? Would you actually believe that this is actually a binding agreement na wala kayong kahit na anong dokumento, walang kahit na anong, parang walang testigo, kayong dalawa lang. Pwede ba yun? Parang,
So, sir, the mere fact na ang Foreign Affairs Secretary nun, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, so sa caucus ba tatanungin yung Senator Alan?
well, we should, I think, you know, there are some issues before na si Senator Cayetano would tell us what really transpired. And honestly, nagugulat din kami na, uy, hindi natin alam yan. No? We have never heard about this, etc. This what happened, etc. It helps na may kasama tayo na dating major player ng foreign policies natin.
Pero initially, may na-share na siya sa inyo.
Ngayon, wala pa po tungkol dun sa so-called, again,
Gentleman's.
so-called agreement. Opo.
Okay, Raymond.
West Philippine Sea pa rin, sir. Paano yung, anong dating sa inyo dahil tama din naman yung call nyo for a unified stand. Ang problema, as we observe, some members of the Senate are parroting the propaganda of the bully. Paano ang magiging dating no na parang ngayon pa lang nagbibilang
Sino
na
yun?
kami rito. Some of your colleagues are saying the same propaganda na binabanggit nyo coming from China. Ano ba to?
And that's why I am humbly appealing to whoever they are that you're talking to, whether it's my colleague here in the Senate, a legislator, kung sino man, influencer man, dating parte ng pamahalaan, sino man yung nagsasalita na pause muna, pause for a while and just think about how we can all be united. May common denominator tayo. We're all Filipinos. May common denominator tayo. I think no one would ever question yung ating exclusive economic zone. No one could ever question and say na disagree sila doon sa naging arbitral ruling. So we can go from there and siguro mas magandang kung magsasalita tayo na salungat doon sa ating national policy on this particular issue. Siguro mas magandang ipasabi na lang natin, not in public, no? Na meron tayong ganitong idea, baka po pwedeng ganitong track ang tahakin natin. And again, I don't believe na kulang tayo sa pool of experts in addressing this particular issue. Importante magawa natin lahat ng kaya nating gawin. Alam natin na this is very challenging. Alam natin na malaki yung kalaban natin, but you have to choose your side. You have to choose your side. Kahit sino pa po tayo. Tayo ba'y Pilipino, maka-Pilipino o makaibang bansa?
Sir, no, dahil may kanya-kanyang agenda, kaya hindi unified yung stand on this issue.
Whether may kanya-kanyang agenda, may kanya-kanyang, alam mo yun, minsan may gusto kang patamaan na isang individual siguro na ayaw mo yung sinabi. Diba? Parang minsan ganun yung nangyayari eh. And you can see all these players not just on one side. Minsan nga sa isang kampo, pareho sila, dalawa sila, magkaiba yung sinasabi, isang kampo lang, di ba? And you know that's happening. So that's my appeal. Important lang na magkaisa tayo. Yung taong bayan, i-engage natin. Simple information, what exclusive economic zone means. And we can all agree on that na ito, sa atin talaga ito. Yung Ayungin at Scarborough, there's no question about it. Atin ito. West Philippine Sea ito.
Okay, Marlon, okay ka na?
Ay, what happened?
Lagi naman ako okay, ate.
May medical cabinet ako. lahat ng solusyon, kape daw eh.
May
Sir,
kapatid,
yung-
sir?
Medyo yung final lang po na reso ni Sen. Risa, do you think the investigation should also include all supposed verbal agreements that the former president had with China? Kasi may 2019 na privilege speech si Senator Tol. It's regarding naman
I
yung
remember
fishing activity sa Scarborough. So, eto Ayungin naman and BRP Sierra Madre. Magkaiba.
Yeah, again, una, banggitin ko ulit na we'll tackle this in our all members caucus. Number two, if we are to decide na magkaroon ng public hearing, siguro kailangan ding i-decide una kung public hearing ba or executive session, no? And then kung magkakaroon nga ng ganun, magkaroon man ng ganun o hindi, I think it's important yung sinasabi mo eh. Kasi for us to make the right decisions, kailangan meron tayong matrix kung ano na yung mga previous decisions natin, everything that has to do with West Philippines, everything that has to do with China. Tingnan natin kasi it's a holistic approach. Kailangan makita natin yun, no? And binabanggit nga natin, and hindi tayo dapat ma-misinterpret ng ating mga kaibigan na negosyanteng Chinoy and even Chinese business people na nandito ngayon sa ating bansa. Hindi natin sila itinataboy, hindi natin sila pinipigil. at bagkos sinusuportahan natin na mag-grow at mag-flourish yung kanilang negosyo dito sa Pilipinas. That's very important as well. So kailangan talaga balance din po, no? Importante lang mapaabot din natin na ito yung nangyayari, ito yung totoong nangyayari because of the mga fake news, mga propaganda na nangyayari. Sabi nyo nga po, no? Kayo na rin nagsabi, hindi lang sa social media, hindi lang bloggers left and right, even politicians, even those who have influence and power in governing this nation, kasama sa mga na-ooperate, whether knowingly or wittingly or unwittingly, nagiging part sila. No? So, sa akin, importante yung master plan. And kanina, binabanggit ko, Marlon, I think you were not here kanina when I made mention about it na walang, yung bang nakukulangan ako na timon ng pamahalaan na magsasabi, I'm not talking about just one person, no? Na ito talaga yung strategy natin. Ito talaga yung gusto nating mangyari. And it's not just talks about foreign policy or territorial disputes of the Philippines, pero ano yung end game? Ano yung gusto nating talagang mangyari? Ang end game ba is maprotektahan lang ang Ayungin at Scarborough? Paano pag dun sa kabila pumunta? Paano kung na-anticipate na ba lahat ng senaryo? Yung mga bansang kasama natin, biglang iwan tayo at nakipag-compromise dun sa kabila. What's gonna happen? How do we react? These are the things na I wanted to be clear about and have that confidence na pag natulog ako sa gabi, alam ko na handa ang pamahalaan natin.
Sir, is there a need for the President to call a summit? Kasama na yung mga, para isama yung mga kumukontra dun sa policy niya to discuss kung ano ba yung binabanggit niya na unified agenda or policy about WPS.
I'd love to hear the President doing that, pero wag na lang siguro yung sa publiko. Alam mo, every time I speak and look at the cameras, naglalaro na sa isip mo, no? Every time you talk about strategies and things you wanted to do, yung mga pagdidesisyonan natin when it comes to our defending our territorial maritime, lagi mo naiisip na may nakikinig, merong nag-report kagad dun sa kabila kung ano yung ginagawa, di ba? And easily, ang dali-dali pumasok dito sa mundo ng decision-making ng ating pamahalaan. So, kailangan we have to be more circumspect and careful about it.
Okay. O dahil may hearing na pupuntahan si Madjo, two last issue siguro. Sir, dun sa Chacha, eager pa ba yung Senate na ipasa yung RBH 6 or medyo nawala na kayo ng gana considering yung result ng survey na nagsasabing 88% ng mga respondents are against doon sa proposed economic change. And at the same time, naka-ready na ba yung rules to approve, sa pag-approve ho ng ano?
Sige, unahin ko yung rules. Ready na po tayo. Ang Committee on Rules is ready to adopt new Senate rules for charter change proposals. Number 2, dun sa survey, it's a major concern. 88% of our bosses have already spoken and klaro yung kanilang sentimiento tungkol sa pagpapalit ng ating konstitusyon. Lalong-lalo na, klaro na hindi nga totoong people's initiative yung ating narinig, no, itong mga nakaraang buwan. But I think it's important to note that hindi nasasayang yung mga committee hearings, yung mga pagdinig na nangyayari dito sa bulwagang ito. I think it should continue dahil marami tayong matututunan dyan. And just recently, natutunan natin yung report ng UP Economic Society ba? UP Econ? UP Econ, yung kanilang nilabas na pag-aaral na 10% improvement in our equity restriction of foreigners would only translate to 4.1 to 4.3% increase in the foreign direct investments. So sa kada 10% na increase, improvement, 4.1 to 4.3% lang. Dito yung restriction ng mga foreigners, no? Pero, similarly, 10% din na improvement in our ease of doing business will translate to 15.1 to 15.8% increase in the foreign direct investment. So, again, this means that if we want to attract foreign investors, yung improving of ease of doing business is more viable, clearly more important if we want to generate more investments compared to fixing our foreign ownership limitation. So yun, nakita natin, klaro, no? And this would continue to, these hearings, public hearings, would continue to give us more information, will be more knowledgeable. It will enhance our knowledge on foreign equity restrictions, constitutional change and nation building. So I think hindi naman dapat pigilin ito. But siguro yung sabihin na ipasa na ito, etc., ganun-ganun. Hindi yung ganun kadali, no? At nakikita natin na importante yung support ng taong bayan, importante din na na-educate natin ang taong bayan. And that's what we will continue to do here in the Senate.
Sir, kapag dumating na yung botohan, ano ba yung magiging boto mo dito sa RBL?
Well, right now, I'm not convinced right now. I have to say that. And I think I'm very vocal about it. And with all these figures and data that we have, it's a concern. It's a concern. But I'm open. I'm open. If you wanted to convince me, then tell me. Give me some convincing studies that says it is the only way to attract foreign investments, or baka kasi hilaw pa sa ngayon, no, ang nakikita ko. But again, I'm open to discussions, and that's why I wanted to attend hearings and continue to learn from it.
Before Marlon, sir, pwede ko mo nang may share sa amin yung nilalaman ng committee report tungkol doon sa rules?
Do we have it? Wala po sa amin, but I can. Mahirap
Briefly.
yata muna, baka pwedeng pakita ko muna sa sa mga members.
Wala pang signature ng
Wala
mga
pa
members.
wala pang signatures. But basically, in principle, we agreed to it during our meeting last. Basta ito yung huling last 2-3 days namin dito sa Senado, nagkaroon ng pagdinig ang Committee on Rules na dinaluhan ni Senator Binay, Senator Gatchalian, Senator Tolentino, Senator Risa Ontiveros, Senator J.V. Ejercito. So, March 6 po ito, at napagkasunduan namin na in principle, yung mga nais naming ilagay doon, and then the Secretariat would present to us yung napagkasunduan namin, and the Secretariat's now ready to present it. May ilang membro pa kami na wala pa ho yata dito, so we'll just make sure na okay na sila, and once they already signed, I can give you a copy of it.
Pero dun, sir, nakalagay yung separate
Oh, definitely, because
deliberation,
that's what
separate.
the House rules also stated, no, yung 144 section, or Rule 144. Section 144, no?
So almost the same with the House rule.
The same thing when you pass a bill, it goes to 3 readings, and both houses voting separately. And that's nothing new. It's nothing new na hindi namin inimbento yun. No? That's what the House rules. It's the same provision that the House is actually following.
Okay, Marlon.
Sir, saan po tatanong ko lang, saan naka-base yung rules na kinraft po ng committee sa pagtalakay ng Chacha dito sa Senate? Was it based doon sa existing ng House, or based sa ginagamit sa ibang bansa, or o panibago altogether, kayo lang yung...
No, I think his question is the basis of the
Yung-
committee
Yung-
ongoing,
yes.
the ongoing committee hearings. Based on ano yan, on the remember, this is definitely based on the rules of the Senate. Committee on Constitutional Amendments, ginawang subcommittee, nag-create ng subcommittee headed by Senator Sani Angara, And nagko-conduct sila ng hearings, and once they present it to the plenary, our Senate rules, kailangan mauna muna yung Senate rules na meron in proposing constitutional amendments. So yun yung basis, that's why we had a hearing in the Committee on Rules to make sure that we have the rules. Because when it all started, wala pang rules ang Senado. Hindi pa kasi nangyari itong ganitong sitwasyon na kung saan babaguhin ang ating konstitusyon through Constituent Assembly.
But yung content, sir, was it something similar to
Definitely
the
similar.
existing?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely similar.
Sir, nasama ba doon kung, kasi may, di ba, may previous suggestion din yung isa sa mga kasamahan niya na may magsusuot kayo ng parang
Yeah,
sino?
nasama din po doon.
Ah.
Kasama rin po yan. Yeah.
Ang cool, may cool.
Kasi ang magiging ano na is if we will go to that hindi na kami as legislators but part na kami noong pag-amend ng konstitusyon eh.
May ibang outfit, sir? May ibang outfit kayo?
O ang
May
suggestion
kulay.
nila kay Senator Nancy ay kulay maroon. Dahil UP maroon si Sen.
Hindi dahil doon sa Friday.
I'm just kidding. No.
May Oxford.
But
Oxford.
but meron talaga.
Like toga, sir? Parang kayo
Part of the agreement para ma-remind din ng bawat isa na ito ay tungkol sa ang aming ginagampan ng tungkulin ay hindi mga legislators kundi member ng Constituent Assembly.
Sir, buti pumayag Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel. Sabi niya, no need na magsuot pa ng...
It wasn't there.
Parang toga, sir? Parang,
O toga.
sir, parang toga?
Or parang nung sa impeachment, nung ano. Parang ganun.
Basta it will definitely distinguish yung will be different, okay? Will be different from our usual work as legislators here in the Senate.
May follow-up si Niva.
Yes, sir. Sir,
1:30 na ba?
Sir, anong gagawin ng Senate dun sa resolution?
Okay, sorry.
Yes, sir. So, anong gagawin ng Senate dun sa resolution of both houses? Number 7 that was adopted by the House, approved by the House and sent to the Senate na, sir.
Chacha.
Yun
Na-transmit.
din yung RBH 6 eh.
So, sir, yung 7, sir, ng House, na-transmit na dito after nilang maaprubahan, di ba?
Hindi ba sa COMELEC din
Sorry,
nila
hindi
yun?
ko naintindihan. Sorry,
Sir, yung
Nipa.
di ba? Sir, yung
RBH 7 is
7
RBH 6 in the Senate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yung
Sa
7 ng House, sir, na-transmit na dito kasi na-approve na nila, pinadala nila dito. So, anong gagawin doon ng Senate? Pinadala nila
Again,
dito.
Na-transmit na ba, sir, dito?
It's the same as we're treating a bill. When a bill passes in the House of Reps, pumunta po dito, di ba? We look into it, but we have we have our own version eh. So that is the case, and right now it's pending in the subcommittee of Senator Sani Angara.
At kung hindi ma-approve dito sa Senate, wala mangyayari.
That's what Congressman Boyet Gonzales made mention in the floor of the House of Representatives.
Wala kayong rules. Wala pala kayong
No, it's not just we don't have the rules. Congressman Boyet stated that if the Senate does not act on the bill passed by the House,
Matutulog lang.
then nothing. It's DOA. Kumbaga, di ba? But again, I'm not saying baka ma-misinterpret na naman ako. Lagi ako nami-misinterpret ng kabilang bahay. But we are still hearing it. We're still learning from it. In fact, itong mga figures that I made mention, kailan ko lang to nalaman. And I'm still looking forward to learning from the experts what we can do, how we can improve our economy if changing the constitution is really something to do with our investments, foreign direct investments na papasok sa atin or will increase dramatically because right now I don't see it happening. So unless parang pag binigay mo yung lupa, yung di ba? Ayaw naman natin yun. And even the president already mentioned that he doesn't agree with that.
Pero sir, yun ba yung possible na mangyari dead on arrival dito sa Senate? Yung
You know, everything is possible eh. Kasi you cannot even say or kahit ako sinasabi ko nga hindi ganun kadali sabihin, oh ito sigurado papasan to. Any member of the Senate can actually say his piece. Ganito kami dito sa Senado eh. We listen to everyone and we give weight to everyone's advocacy and inclination. But at the end of the day, yun nga, if you don't have the majority of the Senate supporting your call, wala ring, hindi ito magpo-flourish.
no more question about Chacha? Sir, ihabol ko lang, di ba nag-file ka ng resolution seeking Senate inquiry tungkol dun sa master plan, tungkol sa how to address traffic? Approve ba sa iyo or kung ano kayang okay ba yung mga ginagawang aksyon ng executive at ng LGUs to address itong lumalalang problema sa traffic? Yung executive, may sinayin si Presidente na administrative order na pinagbabawal nga yung wangwang, yung anumang signaling device. Tapos yung LGUs naman, sir, yung Metro Manila Council, ano sila, magkakaroon ng adjusted hours, work hours.
Oh, daming questions na yun. Una, yes, we already filed itong Senate Bill number 2635 or the Anti-Wangwang Act.
Bago yan?
Kakafile lang po. Ito po. This seeks to prohibit the use of beacons, sirens, and other emergency lights and audio accessories for moving vehicles except for the AFP, NBI, PNP, Bureau of Corrections, Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, and other law enforcement agencies. So yung violators will be fined from 1,000 to 5,000 pesos with the possibility of the suspension of their driver's license for a period of 1 year. And yung binanggit natin nung isang araw sa ating mga kaibigan sa media na yung manufacturers, distributors, importers, retailers, and sellers who engage in unauthorized sale of these accessories shall receive a fine of 50,000 but not more than 100,000 for every sale. So ito yung final po natin. Doon naman sa tanong
Pero
about
sir, final niyo yan dahil dun sa administrative order ni Presidente?
in line with the administrative order of the President na inagrihan naman po natin, di ba? Yung doon naman po sa desisyon ng ating Metro Manila Council to implement yung adjusted working hours, gusto ko po muling i-pound at i-apila sa ating mga hindi lang sa ating gobyerno kundi sa private sector, yung pong work from home law, yung Telecommuting Act. Sana ho ma-consider po natin, patuloy natin i-consider. Yung CSC po memo, yung MC 6 2022 on flexible working arrangement, is still in place po yan. And we continue to encourage government agency to adopt, all agencies of the government to adopt either work from home, compressed work week, skeleton workforce, shifting, flexi time, or a combination of this as contained in the memo of the Civil Service Commission. Yung employers po natin sa private sector, encourage po natin ay adopt itong telecommuting as provided in Telecommuting Act na principally sponsored po natin. I-remind ko lang po kasi yung IBM, IBM company achieved a 40 to 60% decrease in real estate cost per site after they began telecommuting program, no, in the 90s. And this translated to $35 million in savings in just 1 year. Tapos yung AT&T reduced overhead by 50% kasi yung office space nila from 12 floors nababa nila to 2.5 floors when they equip its Southwest sales, yung Southwest sales force nila with laptop computers, etc., na-reduce nila yung kanilang overhead cost by 50%. So, ang laking tulong po nito and I am hoping na yung Department of Labor and Employment din, mabigyan na tayo ng report, ano ba yung mga industriya na po pwedeng gamitin itong work from home. Ulitin ko, hindi po ito para sa lahat ng industriya, but there are some industries na po pwede yung mapakinabangan ito at pwede nating i-pound yung programang ito dahil mga employers naman result-oriented po yan at yung mga employees naman natin kung makaka-perform naman sila even at home or anywhere, malaking bagay din po sa kanila ito.
Sir, yung adjusted working hours ng Metro Manila Council, tingin nyo may itutulong ba yun to address problems sa traffic?
Yung 1 hour kasi parang I don't see I don't see any.
Dapat daw may study
Parang para sa akin pa rin yung compressed work week, yung flexi time, itong work from home, yun ang dapat pagtuunan ng pansin kasi global concern na itong nangyayari and you can see how other countries are addressing this particular problem by promoting work from home. Importante din na patuloy nating palakasin yung ating wifi, patuloy nating palakasin yung pagbibigay serbisyo ng ating mga telecom companies.
So sir, kami magwo-work from home na rin.
Pwede naman. Bakit hindi? Di ba? I mean,
Lalo na ang init pa ng panahon ngayon, sir, di ba?
I don't see, I don't see why not especially on your field, di ba?
Possible naman, sir. Kaya, di ba?
Bakit parang takot kayong magsalita? Nag-start na po yung hearing sa kabila.
Oh, sige.
I'm one
On
of
that
the,
note,
maraming salamat.
Thank you so much sa Majority Floor Leader Joel Villanueva. And of course, thank you sa kanyang media team headed by Olive. Thank you so much.
Taos-pusong pasasalamat sa inyong lahat, lalo na sa ating host,
O na si
kay
Senator Win.
Simplicia.
Sir, ganda mo yung pronounce. Dapat Espanyol.
Simplicia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ay, dako.